See when I ride on Bumble.
It's fake kills.
One time, one time, one time.
Yeah.
Standard.
Baby. One time. It's got to be.
Lego. Lego.
Passing the prime. Them girls, them I come, them I feel alive. One by one. Them I step in on me yard, them I enter, them be 2 by 2.
Hello everyone, beautiful people of the world. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you guys are doing extremely well. If you are new, welcome. It's your girl Kieya Naomi, back better, feeling freaking awesome. You guys know the vibes already. I'm here. I've come back for you guys. It's been a long time since I've been on YouTube. It's actually been a long time since I've actually done a video overall. So yeah, it feels good to be back, and for you guys, I thought it'd be nice to just quickly show you guys a video of me just making a wig. Nothing special, not really a tutorial. This is just me, you know, showing you guys how I make my wigs, and also showcasing this beautiful hair right here, which is from Queenlike hair. I have used their hair before in one of my last videos, so please do check them out. I've got the links, the details to this hair in particular will be left down below. But just to let you guys know what I am using today, I have a Queenlike hair, like I said earlier, and I'm using a 7x7 lace closure, and also 3 bundles of 16-inch hair, and the closure is also a 14-inch. So yeah, that's that. But like I said, I'll leave the details to the hair and the links to where I purchased it down below. I am so far I'm pretty much happy with their hair so far. It hasn't disappointed me yet. So yeah, I would definitely say this is definitely something worth buying, especially when you are on a budget, especially during this quarantine, during this lockdown. Girl, this is definitely the hair for you. So I'll just go in. As you guys have seen, I basically have just sewed my closure, and I try to make sure that it's as flat as possible, so there's no lumps and bumps and all that good stuff. So now on to just sewing the bundles together. Now I'm just gonna go in and just start sewing one track from ear to ear. When I say ear to ear, basically from where the lace pretty much starts, from one side to the other. So I like to do this because it's actually been a recent technique that I've got into, by the way, but I like to do this just so that the cap doesn't show as much, so when the wind is blowing you won't see the cap, if that makes sense. Obviously I feel like it would be better if you reverse the cap and then you sew it and then flip it back, so that way it's not visible. But because obviously this is no special wig, I just wanted just to do something simple that I could wear to work and when I'm out and all of that stuff. So you know, I didn't make a big deal out of it, so I just kind of sewed it right way up, if that makes sense. So now I'm going on to continuing sewing. So what I like to do when it comes to the first 2 bundles, I like to double weft though. It just saves so much time, and by the time, you know, I've reached the second bundle, is, you know, almost an hour, and you know, I'm pretty much done basically. Not even almost an hour, about 30 minutes, because I do sew quite quick. So yeah, that's that. And what I like to do is I like to make sure that the tracks don't sit as flat, not exactly on top of each other, but one slides a little bit lower down compared to the other tracks, just so that way the wig isn't too bulky. So that's what I like to do, and then I sew them together before I actually go in and start sewing them onto the cap. And I like to use the method of, you know, taking the needle through the loop of the thread and then kind of knotting it in place, so that way the track doesn't move, or you know, it doesn't unravel over time, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's pretty much what I like to do. I leave about an inch of gap in between all the wefts or the tracks, just so that sometimes I do like my hair to be full at times, and if haven't been able to fit all the bundles in, I like to go back and just kind of fit the remaining bundles if I can. So that's exactly what I like to do. And also, I don't want to overdo it. I don't want to put too much bundles to the hair, especially if you want your hair to look a little bit more natural. You don't want it to be too volumized or too full. So that's why I like to do like 1.5 inch, leave 1.5 inch of gap in between the tracks until I feel like, okay, let me add some more bundles to it, or let me leave it the way it is. Then, as long as it floats my boat, that's pretty much what I do. With the final bundles, I single weft it and I just sew it normally. I don't use the folding method with this last bundle. I like to cut the weft so that way it sits as flat as possible, just towards the front bit of my head, basically. Now that I'm pretty much done, I'm just going in and I'm just going to pluck the hairline, trying to make it look as natural as I can possible. Anyone that knows me knows I love a good natural hairline. I don't like baby hairs, to be quite honest with you. I like doing baby hairs on my natural hair, just not on wigs. I don't know why, but yeah, that's pretty much that. So I wanted my hairline to look as natural as possible, so that way I won't have to do any baby hairs and all of that stuff. And then I go in to create some layers. I did feel like the hair was a bit dead in terms of the length, so I wanted to create a bit of layers so that way it can move around perfectly. It won't just be in one position, if that makes sense. And then I'm going in and I just trim it and all of that jazz, just to even out the length as well. I didn't want it to just be full on tapered. I wanted to have a bit of the, not I wouldn't say a blunt look, but I kind of wanted it to be in between blunt and tapered. And also giving the hair a bit of layers to it as well. So that was pretty much that. So the hair had so much movement. The hair is absolutely gorgeous. I was honestly deciding whether or not I should dye the hair, or whether I should leave it black. I got a lot of convincing from my mom and my sisters telling me to leave it black, so that's basically what I decided to do in the end. And when I saw how the wig turned out, it looked gorgeous, and I thought, what, I'm going to leave it the way it is for now anyways, until I somewhat change my mind, which I will probably do in the future. So yeah, I was happy with the hair. The hair looked gorgeous, and I'm just going in and using a foundation to apply on the lace. Normally I bleach it, but I'm not gonna lie to you, it's just been a hectic week. I haven't had the time to really do things the way I want to, and just to take the time to do certain things. And this was late at night and I just did not have the energy to bleach the hair, so to bleach the lace. So I decided to just use a foundation for now, and then when I am free I can go in and just bleach the lace in the future. I'm gonna go in and basically just install the hair onto my head, which isn't necessary, but because I didn't install the elastic band on the wig yet, I felt like this was needed in this case in order for it to look as flat as possible.
Where do you go when you're young, when you're restless, when you're fun, 'cause you're desperate? Oh, here they come for a chance.
I then go in with the bedhead product, the bedhead spray, and I just spray directly on the lace, just so that the lace looks as realistic as it can be, really. I did use the Got To Be glue to tack the lace onto my head as well. Then I'm going to use the same wrap that came with the hair, just to wrap my head, so that way the hair or the lace stays in place. And then I'll come back to you guys when my face is looking less bare, basically. there. Yes, looking fly AF. So now I'm just gonna go in and just start cutting the lace. I try to make sure that I cut it in a zigzag motion, even though sometimes it doesn't always turn out that way, but I try to make sure that I'm cutting in a zigzag motion so it doesn't look too like straight, if that makes sense. So that's basically what I'm doing at this point, and you will see the lace show quite a bit on here as well. So I will go back with the bedhead spray and spray directly onto the lace once again, and just kind of use I used a makeup brush, just the ends of the makeup brush, to kind of stick the edges of the lace downwards so it's not as visible, and then I'll go back with a foundation or the powder to just kind of make sure that the lace isn't as obvious, if that makes sense. I'm gonna go in, I'm gonna part my hair. Anyone that knows me knows I do love a good side part. I do love middle partings, but I'm a side part girl, so I decided to just, you know, lay the hair, put it in a side part, and then use a hot comb to kind of lay the parting in place. I also use, once again, a bed head to make sure that I get rid of the flyaways, and to also help the hair lay properly as well whilst I'm using the hot comb. Now on to the straightening. Now what I'm going to do is I'm trying to create like a, I wouldn't say I'm fully straightening it. As you guys can see, I kind of want to bump it up a little just to give a bit of weight, not even a wave, but just to give a bit of movement, a bit of volume to the hair as well. So what I'm trying to say is I don't want it to be too straight. So yeah, that's that. So I'm kind of straightening it, quote unquote straightening it, in a way that is not full on straight. It's basically just giving a bit of curls, so that way the hair looks a lot more volume rather than just dead straight, if that makes sense. So that's basically what I'm doing. I'm basically just styling it, so that way it just brings a bit of volume to the hair as well. So voila guys, this is basically the end result. It actually looked a lot better in real life than it does on here. You guys can kind of see the lace, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. We did well. We did all right. It was all good. The hair looked gorgeous. And I'm not gonna lie, to actually look like a barrister on here. So yeah, I guess you could say this is definitely a style appropriate for work as well, regardless of what kind of work you are doing. I thought it'd be nice to just share this you know, hair idea to you guys. Anyone that wants to find just a simple hair or work hair, a simple work hair, if I could put it that way. So yeah, that's basically it. But I love this hair overall. The hair is gorgeous. I will once again leave the links to this hair down below. But in the meantime, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. You guys take care, stay blessed, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.
Gold digger, she a gold digger. One figure, me run digger. One nigga say really one figure. Now me all them see.